Hello everyone, my name is Dolakbo Akiola Mojola. Today I will be presenting the situation analysis and I will be using MarkMonitor Consulting as a market research freelance company. So first of all, I would like to establish an industry outlook. Currently, the consulting industry, you know, is seen to be lucrative. It's estimated to be worth over 4.5 billion. That's the African value. From a global point of view, it's worth $100 billion, and there's a growth rate of around 5 to 7% per year. Basically, consulting services are available in over 30 African countries, with South Africa, Nigeria, and Morocco taking up the top three places on the list. Growth has basically been driven by an increasing demand for consulting services from African businesses and also from multinationals outside of the country. And this growth is by and large heightened due to the growing middle class and the rise of many new African multinationals with the emergence of technology as a problem solver for many of the industries we're going into. So what we see is that Africa is an untapped market for global brands and techie firms, and also for agricultural companies who are seeking to find new avenues to make to make profits. There's also an explosive youth population, an expanding middle class, and there's the rising adoption of smartphones among wealthier and urban population, while there's still a growing penetration of smartphones into the rural sector. So here I'll be presenting a value proposition for MarkMonitor Consulting as a research business. And we have based this value proposition based on the fact that a value proposition should be able to highlight the benefits and the key benefits and the things that customers are able to gain from the business. As a market research business, we have come to realize that there are five top things that clients are driven by when they're seeking services. Uh, the top five is partnership, expertise, speed, value, and trust. And basically, clients are seeking um, service offering where they're able to help them understand who their customers are, um, and that the consulting firm is able to show expertise and knowledge across board, depending on the area where they're seeking solutions. They're also seeking to make strategic decisions, so they need their results to align with their strategic decisions and be able to show them the pathway on what to choose. The results of research also are expected to be actionable and accessible. So they're expecting that, whenever I need this research, you're able to partner with me as a growth as a growth partner and help me touch the light where I need to go. So because of this, we've seen that value for our clients is helping them to provide insights that can grow their business. As such, our value proposition is providing valuable insights for business growth. On this next slide, I'll be doing a SWOT analysis and basically talking through the strengths within the industry, the weaknesses we have as a business, the opportunities we have available, and the threats we see within the market. To start this, I would talk about our strengths. Basically, as a business, we currently price low. We have extensive local experience within the West African terrain, most especially. We also have reach into the East African market and the South African market through partnership organizations. We also have a strong rural reach. We're able to penetrate into the rural aspects within each of these regions. We also experience subject matter experts, having worked in the market for about 10 years. We have, a pool of resources where we can draw subject matter expertise from across agriculture, across technology, across fast-moving consumer goods, as the case may be. We also have a growing business-to-business network where we're collaborating with different agencies and experts who are able to help us deliver value to the work we do. In terms of weaknesses, our brand is low. We don't have much brand recognition, even though we only work with a few clients, and those are the ones who know us. We need to expand this brand. We need to revamp our brand and begin to give it visibility. We also lack a technology to improve output and operational efficiency. So these are things we should be looking out for as we do our rebranding. In terms of opportunities, there's a growing startups in across Africa. Many small businesses are rising and they're growing in leaps and bounds. Unicorn companies are coming up every day and they're seeking consulting services. There's also an increasing adoption of consumer-focused services by many businesses because now they know that consumers are the basis for everything that they do. So many companies are focusing more on consumers as they seek to innovate more. There's also the opportunity of localized expertise and need for strategy consulting. A lot of companies that are not doing strategy are beginning to move towards that space. There's also fluctuating opportunities. Many opportunities are coming up from government coffers, from different angles of the economy within Africa, and these are things we can leverage ourselves and position ourselves to be able to grab the opportunity when it does arise. As threats, we have to contend with older consulting companies with stronger brands, and also resources are scarce for us because we cannot afford to pay what the bigger companies are paying. And so we have to find a way and basically use freelancers to do our work, so that we can actually be competitive in what we do and also make grow as a business. There's also the threat of artificial intelligence. We can also be a strength as well. However, we have to be careful to look out for it and ensure that we're using it to our own advantage as a business. On this next slide, I seek to highlight what the different aspects, the personal analysis using political terrain, looking at the economic indices within the region we're operating out of, the social issues, what are the technology issues we need to look out for, environmental things that may be of effect within the business, and the legal things that can stand as a plus or a minus for us as we seek to move the business forward. So basically, the first thing is to look at the political terrain. In Africa, there's a lot of government push for a lot of companies seeking new ways to create growth since the pandemic, COVID-19. So we see growing number of startups, like I mentioned earlier, and new ventures. The economy of Africa is expanding, and the people are consistently seeking new ways to capture value and create solutions for the many sitting problems that we find in Africa. There's also high unemployment and inflation. GDP is always fluctuating. So these are things that can stand as an opportunity that we need to look out for and take advantage of. While some we need to be careful and position ourselves so that it doesn't affect us negatively as a business. From the economic point of view, the government is pushing for innovation and infrastructural development. So this is a good thing. There are major startups and entrepreneurs, which is also a good thing. So we're going to be seeing more businesses rising from the government portals and also from private companies and unicorn companies who are seeking to understand the market better. From the social angle, there's a high adoption of social media, high penetration of mobile. Mobile is really high within the urban cities. However, the rural areas are still struggling to catch up. So this is an opportunity for us to be able to leverage on that and see how we can begin to take advantage of the issues within the rural and present these as solutions to those who are seeking answers and who want to go and provide solutions within the rural regions of Africa. Also, there are cultural factors due to a high level of local diversity. So we can position ourselves to also begin to present services in local languages and ensure that we're able to capture value, not just in English, because Africa, we have English speaking countries, French speaking countries, but we also need to be able to look at some more localized languages, because in many of the countries there are multi tribes, multi ethnicity, and we're leaving out so many ethnic groups that can be captured in terms of value for our clients as well. There's an increase in internet usage. Mobile user penetration continues to grow, like I said, and there's the emergence of artificial intelligence, which can work for us and against us, but we want to be positive about it. So we're going to be taking advantage of artificial intelligence to also improve our service delivery and position ourselves, within a niche aspect by developing more innovative solutions within the using technology and helping to make our operational processes faster. From the environmental point of view, we're looking at things like drought, hunger, and environmental pollution, which are things that are really high, and they continue to prevail within the African system. Economies are dwindling, people are hungry, pollution is increasing. We find famine just coming across many aspects of Africa, in Somali, Mogadishu, in Nigeria. People are experiencing hunger and famine. So these are things we should look out for, in terms of also being price conscious for our clients who are seeking our services. There are also stifling policies that make it difficult for new startups to survive. Taxation and compliance law that can stifle growth exists, and these are things we should look out for. Within the market research industry, there's a low choice of new entrants. We have high bargaining power of buyers, low bargaining power of suppliers, and the low choice of substitutes, including a high competitive rivalry. So how do we intend to mitigate this? One of the ways is to be competitive, and that means we have to look at ways we can deliver differentiation with our offering, and that means we understand our clients are looking for value for money. So we offer flexible pricing models that are designed to meet their budgets. We also look at potential opportunities we can take advantage of, by viewing our clients as partners, ensure that we can dig in more into the rural aspects. We also differentiate our brands through the service offering we'll be offering, and also ensure that we're giving quality research services in order for us to succeed in the marketplace. Here we're looking also at the value chain analysis business model. Here we're looking at ensuring that we can, make the process of data collection easier, innovate around data collection tools, ensure that our operations are driven by, analytic tools and techniques using predictive modeling and machine learning. We also want to be able to ensure that we're, our outbound logistics, which includes sending proposals and providing customized presentations. We intend to provide customized reports, create dashboards using software for ease of presentation. Our marketing materials, is to create relevant content via thought leadership to establish expertise in areas of research, while we will also make sure that in servicing our clients, we're collaborating with them through workshops and internal brainstorm sessions. In terms of operation, we will be managing our operations resources effectively to make sure that we don't have a lag when we're delivering our operations. Talent acquisition and retention is key. We must train our staff. We must have an employee reward management for them. Technology adoption and acquisition is also very key for us. So we will be looking at procuring equipment, making sure that we can procure equipment that can work for us across board, and also ensure that we can develop the right kind of community partnership for us to be able to leverage on.